Okay. So yesterday we have discussed like user administration and role administration. Okay. So today we will discuss different types of roles. Okay. Okay. Are you able to hear my voice clearly?
Yes, sir. It's clear and good.
Yes. Okay. Fine. Yeah, in SAP we have three types of roles. Okay. One is single role, second one is composite role, and third one is the derived role. Okay. So role is a combination of menus, reports, and web links. Okay. So yesterday, up to now, we have created single roles only. Okay. In single role, we can provide transaction codes. Based on the provided transaction codes in the menu tab, we can define authorizations in the authorizations tab and assign it to the users in the users tab. Okay. So when coming to composite role is a combination of multiple single roles. Okay. So in composite role, we can combine multiple single roles, and in composite role we cannot change or maintain authorizations. We can maintain authorizations only in single roles. Okay. But in composite roles we cannot maintain or change authorizations. Okay. If you want to change authorizations, we need to do it in single roles only. Okay. We cannot make any changes in composite roles. Okay. And one more thing, we cannot insert one composite role into another composite role. By using composite roles, we cannot make another composite role. Okay, by combining multiple composite roles, we cannot combine another composite role. Okay, by combining single roles only, we can create composite role. Okay, so here we will create one composite role. View role underscore COP composite role name, and here click on this composite role button, create composite role. Okay. See here, we do not have even authorizations tab also. We don't have authorizations tab in composite role. Okay. Instead of authorization tab, you will get this roles tab. So in this roles tab here, we can provide multiple single roles. I am giving here okay, by using these two single roles, I am creating this composite role. Okay. So if you want to make any changes to authorizations, we need to go to this single role to role underscore SC01 or role underscore PFCG. We can make changes in these single roles only. Okay, we cannot make any authorization changes in composite role. Okay. So after giving single roles here, then go to menu tab. So here these roles are not displaying here. For that, just click on this read menu button so that the roles will be displayed here. Click on read menu button. So here you can see the roles. Okay. So, but we cannot make changes here in composite role, but whereas we can delete roles here in composite role. If we want to delete a role from this composite role, we can delete it. Deletion in the sense we are just removing that specific single role from this composite role only. Deleting in the sense it is not deleting a role from the system. We are just deleting or removing a single role from this composite role. Okay. Then go to user tab and we can assign it to user IDs to whom we want to assign, and we can provide these user IDs and click on make comparison as usual. Okay. Why we need to use this composite role concept? Okay. So in some companies will follow one-to-one concept, like each and every user need to have only one role from CEO to normal employee. So in that scenario we can combine all the single roles into a one composite role, and we can assign it to user. And in some companies they have a restriction like user maximum need to have some number of roles, like 20 roles or 50 roles, like that. Okay. So according to his business functionality, if the single roles are exceeding the limit, okay, we can combine the related single roles and we can assign this composite role to users. Okay. So normally many companies won't follow this composite role concept. Only some companies will follow the composite role. Okay. Okay, clear?
Yeah, clear. Yes.
Yeah. This is the composite role concept. Okay. When coming to third type of role, that is derived role. Okay. So this is the concept most companies will follow. Okay. So derived role is a concept. Say for example, if any MNCs are having their branches across the globe. Okay. So for each and every country, they need to have they segregate each branch as a company code or plant code. Okay. So for example, there is a authorization to create a sales order. Okay. For that, we will create one role for creating sales orders. Okay. So in normal scenario, we need to create that sales order creation role for each and every country. Okay. So suppose in there is MNC, it is having its business in 50 countries. For all these 50 countries, we need to create 50 roles to create sales orders. Okay. So instead of that, SAP has introduced one derived role concept. Okay. By using derived role concept, we can create one single role for creating sales order. That is also called as a master role or parent role. From this parent role, we can derive 50 child roles, one for each country. Okay. So these roles are called as derived roles or child roles. Okay. So in the parent role, we can define authorization data to create sales order. In the child roles, we can define org values. Org values are nothing but organizational values. Based on org values, we can restrict child roles to create sales orders for a specific company code or plant code. Okay, so that we can maintain authorizations data in the parent role, and we can maintain organizational values in the child roles for a specific org values, that is specific company code or plant code. Okay, so that no need to create a single role for each and every company code or plant code. Okay, say for example, there is a company by name ABC. ABC is having its branches across the globe. Suppose in US, ABC is having company code 1000, and in UK, ABC is having company code 2000. In India, ABC is having company code 3000. Okay, so for that, we can create one parent role to create sales orders. Okay, and from that parent role, we can derive child roles, and in the child role for US users, we can maintain org value as 1000 as a company code. In UK, we can maintain company code as 2000, and in India, we can maintain company code as 3000. Okay, so that we can derive 3 roles from parent role, and we can maintain only org values in the child roles. All the authorization data will be extracted from the parent role. Okay, whenever we derive a role from the parent role, system automatically creates one inheritance relationship between parent and child. Okay, so that through this inheritance relationship, authorization data from the parent role will be extracted to child roles. Okay, if you make any change in the parent role, those changes will be effective all child roles. Okay. So whereas if you make any change in a specific child role, that change will be effective only that specific role. It will not affect to any other single roles or any other derived roles or parent role. Okay, and one more thing, by using this derived role, okay, we can create composite roles also. Okay, because parent role is a single role. Okay. From single role only we can derive multiple child roles. Okay, so if you want to make it child role as a master role, okay, we need to remove the inheritance relationship between parent and child. Okay, but once we delete the inheritance relationship, we can never re-establish the connection between these parent role and the child roles. Okay, deleting inheritance relationship will be permanent. Once we delete inheritance relationship, we never make a relationship again between these two. Okay. Yeah. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir. But
Yeah, kinda actually.
yeah, I'll
Because,
better understand when you do an example for us.
Yeah. Okay. See here, we are taking one single role. Okay. Okay. From the single role, we can derive a number of child roles. Okay. I'm giving on derive role name, okay, and click on create single role button. Okay, so here in description tab only, we can provide a role name from which we want to derive this role, child role. Okay, here we need to provide parent role. So I am giving here PFCG, okay, role underscore PFCG. So here role underscore PFCG would be a parent role. From this parent role we can define, we can derive a number of child roles. Okay. Here press enter. After giving role name, press enter. Okay. So once we press enter, system prompts you like a message like, do you really want to enter the specified role as the importing role? From this role only, do you want to derive a role? Okay, click on yes. Yes. See here, once we press enter, system created this inheritance relationship. Okay. So system created inheritance relationship between this parent and this child. Okay. So once we delete this inheritance relationship, no, the relationship between this parent and this child role would be deleted. Okay. This deletion will be a permanent. Once we deleted inheritance between this parent and child role, we cannot re-establish inheritance relationship again between these two. Okay.
What does inheritance relationship mean?
Inheritance in the sense system creates a relationship between these two, and if you make any changes in this parent role, okay, those changes automatically comes to child role through this inheritance relationship.
So in this case, sir, any child role will have all the functions of the parent plus the extra functions by itself.
Yes.
Am I correct? Is that
Yeah.
correct?
It's, come again.
Is it correct? Like the child role will have all the characteristic of the parent plus
Yes.
its own characteristic.
Yeah, normally it won't have its own characteristics. It is having characteristics of parent role only.
Just the
Okay.
parent role? Okay.
Except it is having only one characteristic, that is org value, organizational value.
Okay.
Okay. And what is that exactly?
Yeah, I will show you. So normally we are using technical T codes, right?
Yeah, I have a question for you before we go there. So when we delete inheritance relationship between the parent and the child, and if I go to the single role, which is the role underscore PFCG, and I make modifications, as in give access to SU01 or even access to some reports.
Okay.
So because of the delete inheritance, this role, the child role, will not take those modifications.
Yes.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yes.
So anything added after deleting inheritance, it's not gonna take those changes over to the child role.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Makes sense.
So here we are using only technical T codes, right? SU01, PFCG and all those. So for technical T codes, normally we won't get arg values. For all business T codes, we will have arg values. Okay. So instead of using PFCG or SU01, these are all technical T codes. Okay, normally IT people will use this. Okay, but in real time, end users will use only business transactions. Okay, they want to use these technical T codes like PFCG, SU01, or any other uh, technical T codes, right? So they are business people. They need to use only functional T codes like business T codes only, like creating sales orders, creating purchase orders, creating invoices, right? So for those business T codes only, we will get arg values. Okay, so we will create one role by using business transaction code. Okay, so in a flow, I have created parent role through technical T code. Okay, so we will create one single role by using business transaction code VA01, that is used to create sales order. Okay, so now I am creating a single role which is having business transaction code VA01. Go to authorizations tab and click on expert mode for profile generation. So now system internally picking up the values from the USO BT underscore C table based on the given T code. So these are the org levels, okay, organizational levels. Okay, company code, controlling area, division, sales organization, distribution channel. Okay, so for these organizational levels, we need to maintain some values in the child roles. Okay, so in the parent role, normally we will provide full authorization, that is star. Okay, so here we are maintaining authorization values. Okay, so we won't assign this parent role to any user. Okay, so when coming to we are deriving a role, child role from this parent role. So click on single role. In the description tab itself, give parent role name. Okay. So now go to authorizations tab. Click on expert mode. See, here we need to maintain org values for this role. So let us provide company code 0001. Okay. So remaining we can give either star or a specific value. Okay. So that we are restricting this role based on company code. For these org levels also we can maintain a specific value or we can provide full authorization. Okay. So now I have restricted this child role to a company code 0001. Okay. So here we maintained only org values. Okay. See, we are not maintaining any authorizations here. You can just save and generate profile. Then go to user tab. The child roles will be assigned to users. Okay. So, but here we didn't maintain any authorization value. Okay. So again I am going to create one more child role. Here we need to provide parent role. Once relationship will be created, the menu will be populated uh, with the value VA01 by getting it through from the parent role. Okay. See menu. So then go to authorizations. Here we are providing company code 1987 for this child role. In real time, mostly roles will be restricted in most of the cases at company code level and plant code level. Okay. See here in org levels 1987. Generate. Here we can assign it to users who belongs to company code 1987. Okay. See here we need to go to parent role now to provide the authorization values to the child roles. See, whenever we derived child roles from a parent role, system creates this button in the parent role, generate derived roles button. Okay. So in parent role, system automatically creates this button. Okay. That is generate derived roles button. Okay. See, up to now we didn't maintain any authorization data in the child roles. Okay. So now we are clicking on this generate deliverables button. Okay, once if you click on this button, okay, the authorization data will be assigned to all the child roles. Okay. Now go to child role and we can check whether the authorization data will be authorization data came to the child role or not. See, all turned into green. So authorizations maintained in the child roles. Okay. So like this, if you make any change to the authorizations in parent role, those changes will be automatically comes to child roles once we click on that push button in the parent role. Okay. So by using this role, users to whom this role has been assigned, those users can create sales order for a company code 0001 only. Okay. These users cannot create sales order for any other company code. Okay. Because we have restricted this role to this specific company code 0001. Like that, if you go to child 2, okay, if you go to child role 2, these users to whom the role has been assigned, these users can create sales orders only for this company code 1987. Okay. So in these child roles we can maintain only arg values, and whereas in authorization data will be maintained in the parent role. Okay, clear?
The organization values that we had, like one was the company code, and they had a few more. Those will be so. So in certain cases, certain users will be restricted to something. You know, one of the organization values displayed there. How do you control that? If you can go back to the expert mode for profile generation.
No, again, I didn't get your question.
I didn't explain it properly actually. If you can go to the expert mode for profile generation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And come to the, yeah. If you go to the organization levels.
Okay.
Okay, you see this controlling area, division, sales, organization. It seems like those are different levels of permissions, right? By giving star, we are giving them full access. Now, one of the users do not need sales organization, you know, access to that. How do we control that then?
Okay.
Or
Here,
yes,
if you want to restrict users based on sales organization also, you can provide a specific value here. So like this, You can provide any specific value.
But then the derived role will be, the parent role will be given to all the users from that particular, like from SAP or from Dell. So every user will have these permissions. How do you how do you give certain levels of permissions to certain people in that case? If one guy needs controlling area, the other guy doesn't need sales organization, how will that work?
So from parent role, we are getting only authorization values. Okay, authorization in the sense which provide access to a specific T code or a specific authorization object. Okay, that authorization values only are maintained in parent role. Okay, so whereas in derived roles or chained roles, we are maintaining these organizational values.
Okay.
Okay, these values we are not getting from the parent role.
Okay.
These values exclusively we are maintaining in child role itself.
Okay.
Okay, based on our provided values, these users will be restricted for these specific values.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. From you can provide these range also, like from 1987 to, if you want to give from 1987 to 2000, like this. You can also provide this range. Okay. From 1987 to 2000. Okay. So you can also provide a range like this. 2000, again 2010 to 2013, like this. Okay, we can also provide ranges also for this company codes and plant codes and all these org levels. Okay, so here the concept is all child roles will get same authorization data from the parent role, that is creating sales order. Okay. But whereas in child roles, we can restrict this role to a specific company code or plant code.
Okay.
So we maintain parent role centrally, okay, and we can maintain these different child roles in different companies. Different countries. Different countries are different geographic locations.
Okay.
Okay. So suppose the Coca-Cola company. Okay. Coke is having its plants across the globe, right? For creating a sales order, we create one parent role. Okay. By using that parent role, like say for example, it is a creating sales order. We create sales order as a parent role. From this parent role, we can derive a number of child roles. So in India, we derive one role. For that, we provide or we restrict that role to a Indian company code, India company code. Okay. So that Indian users can create sales orders only for India company code. They cannot create sales order for US or UK. So in the same way, US users can create sales orders, but only for US company code. Okay. And UK users also same. They can create sales orders, but only for UK company code or UK plant code based on the provided org level, org values. Okay, clear or any confusion?
Yes, I'm clear.
I'm
No,
clear.
actually, I'm clear.
Yeah, I'm clear.
Similarly, the child values, the only thing you worry about is the company codes, right?
Yeah, these are called as organizational values. Okay, organizational values will be maintained in child roles, whereas authorization values will be maintained in parent role.
Okay.
Okay, based on the authorization values, all child roles will get same authorization values from the parent role, and child roles will be restricted based on the company codes or plant codes.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir, all this information will be provided by the functional
Yes.
function. Okay.
See, if you want to restrict yes user who uh, who is working for a US plant, okay.
Okay.
So we need to know the plant code of US, okay. And the user who is working for Indian plant code, we need to know the plant code of India. Okay, these values will be provided by functional people only.
Okay.
All these values, any arg values will be provided by functional team. At the same time, authorization values also provided by functional people only.
Okay.
Values will be defined by functional people only. Okay, we just create as what they said. Okay. See here, while creating a role, see here we are having two options: change authorization data and expert mode for profile generation. Right. So normally we are going through expert mode for profile generation. Okay. Why? Why? Because so while creating a role for the first time, we can go through either change or expert mode. There will be no difference. Okay. But if you make any change in the menu tab, like see for example we have currently we are having VA01. Okay. So after creating these roles, after some time, if you want to add another T code to this role, okay, that is you are changing menu, right? So see here in deliverables we don't have any transaction button, right? If you want to assign a new T code to the deliverables, we can make it in the parent role. Okay. So for example, if you want to add a new T code to the menu, okay, or that is called, if you make any changes to the menu tab, okay, then we must go through this expert mode for profile generation. Okay. Got it? If we want to add one more T code or additional T code to this role, okay, that is we changed something in menu tab. Okay, once we made any changes in the menu tab, we must go through this expert mode. Okay, so then while going into the authorizations tab, we get, once we press on this click on this expert mode, by default we get these three options: delete and recreate profile and authorizations. If you choose this radio button, delete and recreate, system deletes the existing profile, and again we need to create the authorizations right from the scratch. Okay, right from the scratch. Okay, so if you choose this edit world status, okay, we need to change the world status. Okay, previous transaction authorizations. Okay, so if you choose this read old status and merge with new data, so system keeps the old status, old authorizations as it is, and it merge the new T code values to the existing value. Okay, so if the role menu has changed, then merge is correct. Okay, so if you make any changes in the menu tab, this is the appropriate option, read old status and merge with new data. Okay, and when we need to go through this change authorization data. Okay, so if you want to add a arg value to the existing values, if you want to make any changes to the arg values, we can go through the change authorization data. Okay, if we make any changes in the menu tab, we must go through this expert mode, or if we want to make changes to the arg values, we can go through this change authorization data. Okay, clear?
Like change authorization data as in if we want to put 001 for India instead of Germany,
Yes.
then we have to go to change authorization data.
Yes.
Can you show us how that works?
Yes. Go to change authorization data and you can go to this arg levels button. Okay. So here we can remove this or assign, or we can provide another value also. If you want to add another arg value, you can provide here like this. So if you want to make changes to the organizational levels, we come through change authorization data. Okay, if you want to add additional T code, something like that, we came through expert mode. Okay. Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So in the derived roles or in the child roles, we cannot maintain any additional T codes. See here, we don't have even the transaction button also, right? So in parent role only we can maintain T codes. Why? Because authorization values will be maintained in parent role only. Okay. See here, see. Okay, clear about that derived role concept.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Right now you're in the parent role. What if you click on the organizational levels? Will that change something?
No. I am not in a parent role. Okay, I came to another single role to show to discuss something another this one. Okay.
Okay.
So no. If you want to go to parent role.
Mm-hmm. No. It's okay.
Okay. So I want to discuss about these values, like what is standard and what is maintained and what is changed. Okay. See, we can see here different status, right? This one is standard, this one is maintained, this one is changed. Okay. So standard is nothing but once we provide the T code in the menu tab, so system internally checks for the relevant authorization objects, fields, and default field values in the USBT table and pulls up the values based on the provided T code. Okay. Here. So those are the standard values. Okay. See, I will show you again. So I am providing a T code here, PFCG. Go to authorizations tab. Okay. See here. So this is standard value because these values system taken from the USBT table, right? So these values are called as standard values. Okay. So these are the default values for the PFCG T code. Okay. Maintained in the USBT underscore C table. Okay. Clear?
Did you say what table is it, sir?
USOBT underscore C table.
Okay.
In SC16, if you go to USOBT underscore C table,
Okay.
so it maintains or it contains all the authorization objects for the T code and the fields for the objects and the default field values. Okay. Say for example in PFCG, provide PFCG and click on this execute button. So these values, this is the objects, these are the objects, and these are the fields, and these are the field values. Okay. See S underscore user underscore AGR. So S underscore user underscore AGR. For this authorization objects, we are having two fields, activity ACT underscore group. See, activity second field ACT underscore group, right? For this activity field, here you can see these are the values up to UL. These values came here, right? For this ACT underscore group field, here there is no value. So here also no value. Okay. So for any T code, for all the T codes, these objects, fields and field values, default field values maintained in the USOBT underscore C table. Okay. From this table only, system pulls out these values. System extract the values based on our provided T code in the menu tab. Okay. there is no value for this ACT underscore group field. Okay. So if we maintain a value, suppose I have given full authorization. See, now the status changed into maintained. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when coming to changed value, see, for example, for this ACTVT field under S underscore user underscore AUT object, there is a field called ACTVT. For this ACTVT field, there is a default value 03. Okay. So now I will change this value from 03 to create or anything. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See, then the status changed to status changed. Okay. See here difference. We maintained a value for the unmaintained field here. Okay. Then it turned into maintained. Here we changed the maintained value, then it turned into changed. Okay. Got the difference? Previously here there is no value, right? This is empty field, ACT underscore group. I have given star value. So then it turned into maintained. Okay.
Okay.
So that we maintain a star value for the unmaintained field. So that it turned into maintained. Here already there is a value 03. We changed that 03 value into 01 and 2. So that it turned into changed.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Got it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So these are the different status standard. These are the USOBT table values, and maintained is nothing but if we maintain a value for the unmaintained field, that is maintained. If we change the value for the maintained field, then it turned into changed. Okay. So SAP recommends always this status should be either maintained or standard. The status should be always either standard or maintained, but it should not be changed according to SAP recommendation. What will happen if we change values here? Okay, these roles will not be synced. Okay,
Synced with.
sync to SU24 values.
Oh. So it has to be done from the table by the programmers, right?
Yes.
If any changes needs to be done. Okay.
Yes. If you want to make changes need to be done, we need to do it in SU24.
Oh, okay.
Then the roles will be synced. Suppose if we make changes like this, when we go to upgradation, okay, the roles will not be sync. Okay, according to SU24 values. So yesterday we have discussed SU24, no?
Yes, yes.
So yes, those values will not be synced with these roles if we change the values here. Okay, if you want to make changes to these values, you can do it in SU24.
Okay.
So that roles will be changed. Then it won't be affect while we are going for upgradations.
Okay. Okay. For instance, there are 3 users, and they all need to be assigned this PFCG T code.
Okay.
Okay. Now, for one user, I want him the ability to have access to create, delete, modify, archive, or whatever needs to be done.
Okay.
The user, I just need him access to create.
Okay.
And the third user, I just need him to be able to delete.
Okay.
So this one particular, the role, okay, this whatever role we made, if we want to like edit those roles for all these individual usernames, we have to create 3 different roles, like say PFCG 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
We have to edit the values. Now we said that we shouldn't be editing the values and we should be keeping it standard. So what if, so now in this case we have to change it. We have to take off for the second user, he just needs access to delete. So
Yes.
so how do we do that in that case?
So in that case, see, for this activity field, okay, we don't maintain value in the SU24.
Oh,
Okay, so that we can maintain values here.
okay.
So that the status should be maintained. Okay. So normally in real time, activity field doesn't contain values. This is IDS version. For our training purpose, SAP has given these some default values. Okay. In real time, while implementation, we need to create like role matrix. Okay. In SU24, we need to maintain all the field values. Okay.
Okay.
So at the time of implementation, we won't maintain any values for the activity field. Okay. So that in role it will be empty field, right? If we give PFCG transaction code, okay, when we come to authorization step, it will be empty field.
Okay.
That is looks like unmaintained field. So that we can maintain here values whichever you want to provide, like create, delete, or change anything. Okay. So if we maintain any values for the activity field in SU24, then we will face problem. Like here, if we make changes according to our requirement, this value don't need to change it. So that we want to maintain any values in the for the activity field in the SU24.
Yeah.
So that we can maintain values according to our requirement, so that this field status would be maintained.
Got it. So in the table itself, it will be blank.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, makes sense.
Okay. Okay. So then we'll discuss about missing authorizations. Okay. And one more thing. So all the data in any data ultimately stored in tables. Okay, whether it is user related data or authorization, role related data, any data in SAP, ultimately data will be stored in tables. Okay, so in the same way, all user related data will be stored in some tables, and the role related data will be stored in some other tables. Okay, so if you go to SC16, that is data browser. Okay. See, all role related data will be stored under USR tables. So if you give USR and provide star and press F4, see, these are the USR tables. Under these tables, we can find out the all user related data, like USR01 contains user master record, and USR02 contains logon data, 03 contains address data, like that. Or all user related data will be stored under USR tables. USR followed by some number. USR tables. In the same way, you can find out USH tables. All change history data, okay, stored in USH tables. Okay, if you make any change for the logon data, you can see that data in the USH02. Okay, so we can find out all change related data for the users in USH tables. Okay.
Change history of logon data, as in if the if it's changed to dialog or something like that will come up.
Yeah.
If you don't type.
Yes. Like you changed password. Okay.
Okay.
Whenever when you changed password, who changed that password? All this information will be we can see in these USH tables. Suppose
So mainly when did this user log in, when did this user log out, and all those information, right?
Yes, yes. Modification date, modification time. Okay. Changed who changed this.
Mm-hmm. When will we use something like this, like these tables, when somebody needs to find out some kind of information, or?
Yes.
Mainly managers, right, will be asking for this information?
Yes. Suppose we have deleted one user ID. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who deleted that user ID? When deleted that user ID? Okay. So all information we can find out this in USH tables. At the same time, in SU01 also we can find out.
Mm-hmm.
I will show you how we can find out in SU01.
Mm-hmm. Even if he gets access to some particular T codes or values, everything will come up, right?
Everything.
Mm.
See, give any user ID here and go to information on the change documents for users.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you go to change documents for users, see, here we can find out based on date wise or week wise, month wise or year wise. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So here if you choose execute, see, on this date user has been created by ECC user 1.
Mm-hmm.
User created, user type, dialog user,
No.
okay, password changed. Okay. Okay. So everything like product in the sense user log into the SAP system. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Here on profile added this profile and this profile is under this role underscore test 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Again on this date one more profile added, that is this role.
Yeah.
Okay. So like that we can find out change documents for users in the SU01 itself.
But I think for this particular user, we assigned a reference user type yesterday. That information is not showing up.
We changed the user type, right?
To reference, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
This particular user yesterday.
Yes, yes. But that is not showing here.
Yeah. Okay.
Only dialog. Okay. So in USR tables, all user related data will be stored in USR tables. Okay. So in the same way, all role related information will be stored in AGR tables. Okay. So previously, before 4.6 version, roles were called as activity groups. From 4.6 onwards, the SAP has changed these activity groups names as roles. Okay. So before, roles were called as activity groups before 4.6C version. Okay. So still SAP using the same naming convention AGR. Okay. So that is why all role information will be stored in these activity groups tables, AGR tables. Okay. So go to AGR, give AGR star and press F4. See, these are all tables which contains different values of the tables. See, for example, AGR 1 to 5. It contains role information based on the T codes and objects. Okay. So here in AGR underscore 1 to 5 table, we can find out roles based on the provided authorization object. Okay. So if you want to find out roles which contains PFCG T code. Okay. So that we can find out in AGR 1251 table. Okay. So normally all transaction codes stored under one object. Okay. That is S underscore T code. Got it? Whenever we provided T code in the menu tab, that will be stored under S underscore T code object in the authorizations tab. Okay. Have you notified that? /
Yes.
PFCG.
Why do we type /n?
Yeah, /n removes the current session and it starts the new session with the T code. Otherwise, we need to, yes. Otherwise, we need to go back to the SAP here, SAP EG access screen, and here we need to give the T code. Okay.
Oh, got it. Got it. Okay, makes sense.
Instead of that, while you are in another T code, directly we can give /n followed by some T code.
Okay.
If we give only /n, it take away as to SAP Easy Access screen. Okay. Okay. It terminates the existing. Okay. So
for
here,
instance, if you made some changes, and you did /n and you try to go to a different key T code, will that save the changes or will it not save? And you forgot to save the changes. Will that save it or will that just delete it?
No, system prompts you whether you want to save it or not.
Okay, got it. Okay.
See, here we have provided PFCG. Okay. So here we can see go to utilities and click on technical names. See the PFCG stored under S underscore T code object in the field TCD. Okay. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when coming to here in AGR 1251 table, if you want to find out the roles which contains transaction code PFCG, so that here we need to provide S underscore T code, because in S underscore T code object only all T codes will be exist Okay, S underscore T code object is having field name only one field, that is TCD. Okay, so in that field we need to provide value PFCG, so that if we execute, so it generates a list of roles which contains transaction code PFCG. Okay. So here 56 roles contains this PFCG transaction code. This is our created one. These are the SAP default roles.
Will it also show that the what is it called, derived or what is it, derived roles?
Yeah, it shows no.
Which one? How about child roles?
From this role we have created through VA01, right? Transaction code.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yes, yes. Here, see, here is the, this is the parent and these two are the
Makes sense.
child.
Child.
So here we can find out roles based on the authorization values. Okay. Authorization values. If we want to find out roles based on the organizational values, for that we need to go to AGR underscore 1252. So here in the org level field,
So when we go to like every new company, we have to go to these tables and understand what kind of roles they have, what kind of things they have.
yes, yes.
Wow, that's gonna be tough.
Yash, I think since we are security admins, functional will give
It's
us
not that much. Yes, all values will be provided by functional.
functionality. Yes.
So it is very difficult now to remember all these things.
Yeah.
So if we give any value like 0001, we have given this value one role, right? Five roles are there, which contains company code. Dollar buckers are nothing but company code. Okay, organization levels will be followed by a dollar. Okay. Dollar buckers, dollar works. These are all organization levels start with dollar symbol. Okay. See, these are different org levels. Okay. So based on the organizational values, we can find out these roles. So based on the authorization values, we can find out roles in 1251 table, 1252 table based on organizational values. Okay. So in the same way, there is a one more table like AGR underscore AGRS. This is the table AGR underscore AGRS, which contains composite role and single role relationship. So if you provide composite role name, it displays what are the single roles existing in that composite role. So if you provide child role name here, if you want to find out in which composite role this single role exists, you just give that single role name here and execute. So this is the composite role. Okay. So AGR underscore AGRS displays combination of composite role and single roles. Okay. So in the same way, there is one more table, that is AGR underscore define. So it displays, define table displays relationship between parent and child roles. So role underscore VA01. Okay. So it need to be provided all child roles also. So this is the parent role and these are the child roles. AGR underscore define displays a list of parent and child roles. Okay, all AGR, all the role related information will be stored in AGR tables. Okay. And the user related information stored in USR tables. Okay. And all reports we can find out in SA38. All reports, these reports start with RS, USR. Give RS USR star and press F4. Execute. It provides a list of reports. These are the standard reports provided by SAP. Or ABAPers create reports in SE38. Those reports also we can display here in SA38. Okay. So if you execute this RS USR 000, it displays list of all users logged on to the system. So if we execute this RS USR 000, choose, and we can assign these reports to the users in SU01, in role itself. Got it? While creating a role, we can observe reports button also in the menu tab. Sorry, this is a child role. See here in report button. Okay. So role is a combination of menus reports and web links. So here we can provide transactions in transaction button, and we can reports in the report button. So these are those reports. We can provide this RSUSR 00002 any report to the users by clicking on this report button. RSUSR 000. Okay, so that he can execute RSUSR 000 report. See, if we choose this RSUSR 000 report, execute, it displays list of users who logged into the system. Okay, so and these users are using which transaction code. Here this user is using FB50 and this user is using SA38. Okay, so like that we are having different reports. These are all standard reports. So we can find out reports in SA38, A for apple, SA38. Okay. So in the same way, there is one question like, can we make a authorization field into organizational field? Is it possible in SAP? Can we make authorization field into organizational field? Okay. If anybody asks us the same question, some interviews normally we will get this question. Yes, we can make authorization field into organizational field. For that we need to run a report called PFCG underscore org field underscore create. By using this report we can make authorization field into organizational field. Okay.
What is the benefit of doing so?
So, like company code, plant code, these are actually a authorization fields.
Okay.
By using these report, the functional people creates these authorization fields into org levels.
Okay.
So based on business functionality, the functional people need to make restriction at a specific field value. For that field, they can convert into organizational.
Organized. Okay, got it. Okay.
So this is the by using this report we can convert authorization field into org field. Okay. And then one more thing here, we cannot make authorization field activity into organizational field. We cannot make activity field. The activity field is authorization field, right? So, but we cannot make that activity field into organizational field. Okay. That is the only restriction. Remaining any other authorization fields we can make it to org levels. We can convert to org values. Okay. In the same way, we can convert org fields to authorization fields by using a report called PFCG underscore org fields underscore delete. Say for example, $bookers is the authorization field, organizational field, right? If you want to make it to authorization field, you can make it by using authorization objects. Okay. Like once we created from authorization to, we can change from authorization to organization, no? Then we can again delete that by using this report. Okay. So pfcg underscore arc field underscore delete. Create and delete. Okay. And what else in, let's see, 16 define, okay, and one more important table is T codes. Okay. If you go to settings and user parameters, you can choose either field name or field label. If you choose field name, okay, here we can find out, see here, this is the field name actually, T code. Here we can give any T code. Based on that T code, we can find out the roles. These are the roles. The area underscore T codes, we can find out the roles based on T codes. Okay. See here it is showing field name as T code. If you change these settings, user parameters and field label, field label is the description of the field name. If you change this to field label, here extended name. So this is the description of the T code field T code. Okay. So we can change. So normally we cannot understand what is this field name. For that, go to settings and user parameters and choose field name. Then we can understand easily. So this is the T code field. And in the same way, there is a one more table, users. So to find out for how many users the role has been assigned. Okay. So for example, role underscore VA01. The role is not assigned to any user. Role underscore SU01. So this role assigned to only one user. Okay. So this is AGR underscore users table. Okay. So in the same way, there is one more T code, that is SUIM. So this is the SUIM, that is user information system. Okay. You can find out all user related information in the SUIM. See, go to, there are different options. Suppose if you take users by complex selection criteria, you can find out users based on the specific authorization object like S underscore develop. Provide this object and click on entry values. Here we need to provide values for these fields. These are the field values. Okay. Once we provide all these values and if we execute, it displays users list who contains having that authorization object with the provided values. Okay. So these are the users list. See, we can find out reports on based on the different provided criteria. Like you can find out by giving user ID, okay, dialog user. By role name, we can find out users by giving role name, by giving profile name, and like that. By giving different search criteria, we can find out users. And here one more option, that is with unsuccessful logons. If any user unable to log into the system, those users list we can find out by clicking on this with unsuccessful logons. Users list with unsuccessful logons. Okay, so these are the users list who are unable to log into the system. By logon date and password change. Okay, so these are the different search criteria. So in the same way, you can find out roles based on different values by role name, by user assignment. Okay. So we can find out in the same way, we can find out profiles. We can find out authorizations. We can find out authorization objects. Based on authorization objects, we can find out users list. Transactions, comparisons. The comparisons, we can compare users like from user 1 to user 2. See here we can compare we can compare these two users. Okay, operand 1 is B12345, operand 2 is B12346. Okay, so here showing comparison. Red is showing it doesn't have this object. Operand 1 is showing red. So this object PLOG is not assigned to operand 1, that is B12345. So B12345 is not having PLOG object. Okay, in the same way, the operand to B12346 doesn't have objects S underscore address 1, S underscore C underscore FQ and CT, these objects. Okay. This yellow says, the yellow color says, these two users are having this object, two are having this authorization object, but yellow says with different value. Two are having the same object but with different value. Okay, that is yellow. Red is different objects. So we can compare like this. Can compare roles also. Role underscore PFC. See, here operand 1 is role underscore PFCG, 2 is role underscore SU01. So we also same. Two roles are having same object with different value, and operand 1 role underscore PFCG doesn't have these objects, and role underscore SU01 doesn't have these two objects. Okay. So like this we can compare users and roles and where user list. You can find out. So these are all just to check whether which role has been assigned to how many users, and user is having how many authorizations, how many T codes. All these reports we can generate by using this SUAMT code. Here also we can find out change documents for users, for roles. Okay. From date. Okay. See here. Yeah. So yesterday we have changed the reference type, now user type. Okay. So previously we have checked for the A12345. Actually we changed user type from dialog to reference for this user ID B12345, not A12345. That's why previously it doesn't show this change for A12345. Right? Hello? Oh yes.
Yes.
Yeah. This is the, so previously we checked for the A12345. That's why this change didn't display.
Yeah, it was the wrong one. Yeah.
Yes. So for the roles also we can find out change documents. Give role name and we can find out changes. So all these reports we can find out in SUIM. So in SU03 already I told you, right? Yesterday we discussed about SU03. So in SU03, go to select authorization object, and we can find out documentation for that object and fields. Okay. Okay. So okay, fine. Yash and Raj. Okay. Let's see. Have you got any queries or questions regarding today's session?
No,
Yeah, I'm okay. Yes,
I'm fine.
yeah, I'll go through the yesterday's session, and then next Saturday I will ask you if I have any questions.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you
Okay.
very much, and you have a good week, sir, and Yash too.
Oh,
Thank
okay,
you.
okay. Thank you. Let's meet on next Saturday.
Saturday. Okay, great. Okay, thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you. Thank you, both of you.
Thank you. Thank you, Srinivas.
Thank you.
For your